Okay, we'll go into the example charts. So we'll have to apply all this into the example charts. This is the Punya Chakra of Ramana Maharishi, died on 14th April 1950, 8:47 p.m. Okay, his Mahasamadhi happened in Sun, Jupiter. So immediately look at the chart. The Punya Chakra has Lagna Lord Mars is with Ketu. He has two Kendras, Venus and Jupiter in the Kendra. So his 4th house, and his 10th house, Saturn, is in the 10th house. So aspected by two benefics. So Jupiter is aspecting his 10th house. His Lagna Lord is with Ketu. If you can go into the Navamsa Lagna, you can Jupiter and Venus as aspecting the Lagna. You see the Dwadasamsa, you can see Jupiter in a Kendra, Jupiter with the Lagna Lord, Shukra aspecting. And if you go into the Shashtiyamsa Lagna, you can see very, very clearly the D1, the Marna Lagna is with Ketu and Jupiter is aspecting it. Okay. If you see the Muhurta, okay, you see he died in a Krishna Trayodasi. Krishna Dayasi. So it's not it's a waning moon. It was a Friday. Purabhatra Nakshatra. Yoga is Brahma. Karanavani. Shukra Ora. He dies in Shukra Ora. Then if you can see, this is his birth chart. So he dies during his Sun Desa and Jupiter Antardasa. Where is Jupiter in his birth chart? Jupiter is in the 5th house from the Lagna and 9th from the moon. He dies during the Antardasa of Jupiter and his Sun is in Jupiter's house. Okay, what's his transit position? His birth moon is sitting in Mithuna. See, where is his Jupiter? Jupiter is in the 9th house with Shukra. Kedu, Mars and Kedu in the 4th house. Absolutely no ties. Saturn is in the 3rd house. See, Dasa, Antardasas of Jupiter. Is Jupiter, when he dies with the 9th house. Look at, and what I say is Lagna Lord of each chart will reveal one on beauty. Where I'll say why he's got moksha is his 4th house as benefic, Saturn is beneficially placed. His Marna Lagna Lord is there with Ketu. He's dying in a good hora. The Panchanga is also not very bad. The Lagna, not in D1. In D1, in Navamsa and Dwadamsa and Shashtiyamsa, is aspected by Jupiter. What I say, this is such a beautiful chart. So you can guess yourself what state he will be after death. Anybody wants to say anything about the chart?
Navamsa Lagna Lord is also exalted, sir.
Yes, definitely. That's beautiful, no? And in the 9th house. So Navamsa is aspected by Venus and Jupiter. And with the Navamsa Lagna being in 12th house, see this moon where it is placed. Moon in the 12th house. The 12th house is very important for the state. See in his basic chart, in the Marna Lagna chart, the 12th Lord Shukra is with Jupiter and the Lagna Lord is with Ketu. So you have very, very clearly, I'm not in a state to tell it's moksha, but it is something equal to it or something most, what is it, a very, very high state. Looks like it is moksha.
Sir, regarding the Navamsa chart, and one point I wanted to make, but I'm a bit confused whether that point would be valid or not.
Yeah.
Because there are two conflicting or two statements which seem to be applicable. One is this concept of benefic hemming or Shubha Kartari.
Shubha Kartari.
Connected with the Lagna. In Navamsa, we see that. But then one school of thought says that moon could not be considered as a part of the Shubha Kartari or any Kartari. But since moon is a benefic here, why not be considered? Because it's
no, you can definitely, it's a benefic. And moon is a 9th lord in this chart, no? You can definitely take moon.
It's an own sign and Mercury is an own sign.
It is more sign, yes.
So that is a Shubha
It's very beautiful. See, it's a Shubha Kartari, Lagna Lord in the 9th house with Venus and Jupiter aspecting.
And also we have the Chandradi Yoga here, Lagnadi Yoga.
Jupiter, Venus is there. Yeah.
So Navamsa would be definitely the subtle body that he would be in after exiting from the
or a little deeper state you can take. No, the immediates will be seen from the D1 chart. You will little more when you see in the Varga chart, you can see it in a more deeper level.
A lot of good things are seen even in Shashtiyamsa also.
Yeah, definitely. See the 9th house, seeing how strong it is. Exalted moon in the 9th house. Jupiter strong, Venus in the 11th house. It's very, very clear. Jupiter, Saturn aspecting Lagna, Saturn unafflicted in the chart. All very clear. No karma. He has no karma to complete. It's what is it? Take the time to analyze these charts. I'm just giving you fast, quick things. But then you contemplate, meditate on the chart. Many other rules will come to you. Yeah, somebody was telling me something.
Sir, I was only telling about describe it from D60, but you have already done.
Yeah. Okay. So what is even his transit was nice. It was the dasa and antardasa was related to Jupiter. Okay. Next we will see Punya Chakra of Chandrasekhara Saraswati of Kanchipuram. This is all noted exactly. Time is known. So if you look at that, he died in his he's an Anuradha Nakshatra. They have a special function which they do on Anuradha. He passed away in Anuradha. It's a Saturday. Kanda Yoga, Kavalava Karna, Jupiter. He died in Jupiter Hora. Okay. Okay, look at the chart. He died in Jupiter Dasa and Moon Antardasa. If you have looked at his horoscope, where is Jupiter? Jupiter sitting in the 10th house. Moon is his 12th lord, aspected by Jupiter. Near very close full moon chart it is. In his Janma Nakshatra, he passes away. See the beauty when a person passes away. He's dying in Jupiter Dasa, which is the 5th lord in the 10th house. And Chandra is his 12th lord, sitting in the 4th house in Nichabanga in Purnima, aspected by Mercury, Jupiter, and Sun. So see, this itself is enough. I don't even need to see the Punya Chakra. Even if I see that Dasa and Antardasa, he died is enough. If or okay, where was his moon? Okay, look at the chart. Where was his Jupiter? Jupiter is sitting in the 12th house. From from the birth moon, it is sitting in the 12th house. Clear moksha. Now look at the chart now. Move the chart. Where he dies, what time he dies? 2:58 p.m. 8th January he dies with Kedu in Lagna. See the same repeat, Saturn in the 10th house. And Jupiter in the 6th. So what kind of enemies he has? Aspecting in the 12th house. See, Jupiter again continues to be in the Navamsa with Kedu, Jupiter in the 12th house. See the Dwadasamsa. Jupiter aspecting Mercury in Lagna, Jupiter aspecting 10th house Kedu. Look at Shashtayamsa. Lagna is having Ketu. Very, very clear. This is a very high state. He's going Sadkati, is getting almost something like moksha here. To say what I say from my state, the spiritual people have got moksha. I don't have that state, but I can say a Satkati. Planetary position very, very clearly shows Gati, the transit, the Dasa Bhukti, the Punya Chakra, the Marana Lagna, all if you analyze together, you will understand what kind of state this person has reached, including it is a Jupiter Hora he is passing away. There is a lot to do about this Anusha Nakshatra. Many people do not understand Anuradha Nakshatra. I know two people, which made Anuradha very famous. One is Chandrasekhara Shatri, and another is Satya Sai Baba. He has 4 planets in Anuradha Nakshatra. All the yoga karas, 1/5 night. So, it is the nakshatra of devotion. Okay, this is Punya Chakra of Swami Vivekananda. He died on the Independence Day of USA. You have Aurobindo dying on the Independence Day of India. He dies in the Independence Day of USA. Okay, see the Punya Chakra. He died in Krishna Chaturdasi. All the saints are dying only in Chaturdasi, not in Shukla Paksha. Vedic day was Friday. It was the Ardra Nakshatra of Shiva. Yoga Vriddhi, Karana Shaguna, Hora. See, Vivekananda chose the day. It is recorded in his books. He looked at the Panchanga. Before he wanted a Panchanga, brought on Panchanga, he checked out the Panchanga. So it looks like he chose the day and time when to die. And he died in meditation. He didn't die. He was meditating when he passed away. Okay, let's look at when he died. Vivekananda dies in his Jupiter Dasa and Surya Antardasa. You want to see his horoscope? Where is Jupiter? Jupiter is in the 10th house. Surya is his 8th lord sitting in Jupiter's house. So one thing for Vivekananda alone, I have my reservations of what happened. But okay, let us not mix it up with this. I think he's reborn again for some higher purpose. But the Punya Chakra is good. If you look at the Punya Chakra, see this horoscope. Lagna Lord in the 12th house with Jupiter. 4th, okay. The 5th house is well placed. He is such a highly elevated. Don't look at the 5th house with Moon, Sun, Mercury. Look at the Navamsa also. It is Jupiter rising with Jupiter in the 9th house. Again, in Dwadasamsa, you can see Jupiter aspecting the 12th. In Shashtiyamsa, Jupiter is aspecting the 12th house. I think it's an auspicious death, absolutely no doubt about. But some reason I have a feeling he must have taken a very quick. We'll reserve it for the public to see. He's got a very high good state. We want to see where is his Jupiter. He is a Kanya Rasi. Where was his Jupiter in transit? Jupiter was in the 5th house. Venus in the 9th. You can see Moon, Sun, Mercury in the 10th house. See from the transit chart, Jupiter is auspiciously placed for all the saints which I've seen. They are not badly, malefically placed. So he died in a good dasa, in a good hora, with Jupiter well placed, and the planets are quite very well placed during. This is all recorded time. What if you can books are there? I just refer the time correctly. So up to the minute it is there. Okay, we will see Punya Chakra of Aurobindo. 5th December 1951, 26 a.m. Pondicherry. He dies. See, again, he dies in Krishna Dasami. All the saints are not dying in Shukla Paksha. So, Monday, it is a Hasta Nakshatra, Ayushman Yoga, Vishtikarana, Hora Shukra. All of them die in Shubhoras. Okay, he dies in Jupiter Dasa. Okay, why Jupiter Dasa? Look at his chart. His chart is 9th Lord is Jupiter and exalted on the birth horoscope. He dies during Jupiter and his Rahu is in the 11th house exalted. He dies during the Dasa of his exalted 9th Lord. What do you think this chart will be? What is it when somebody dies in Jupiter Dasa itself, exalted Jupiter and is the 9th Lord sitting in Lagna? Let's see the Punya Chakra. See, look at the very interesting the Punya Chakra, Moon, Saturn, Ketu in Lagna. Jupiter aspects the 12th house. You see most of the saints, Jupiter sitting the 6th, aspecting the 12th house. You become, what I say, you have defeated your inner enemies. You have absolutely no inner enemies. Look at the Navamsa. It is a Pisces rising with Saturn and Jupiter in the 10th house. Look at the Dwadasamsa. Jupiter, it is a Sagittarius. You see, Parijata was saying Pisces rising or Sagittarius rising is very important. He has almost most of the Vargas. He's having either it is Pisces, D9, D12, Shashtyamsa. Either it is Pisces or it is Sagittarius. Where is in Dwadamsa, Jupiter is, in fact, there is a rule which has been given. He has the rule. Jupiter is in the 5th house, aspecting Lagna. Ketu in the 10th, Saturn in Lagna. This is such a beautiful chart. Look at the Dwadamsa. Saturn in Lagna, 9th Lord, Sun aspecting Lagna, Jupiter in the 5th, Ketu in the 10th. This is very, very clear. This is a Moksha chart. See Shashtyamsa. Lagna Lord Jupiter in the 2nd with Moon. Ketu in the 9th. It was all very beautiful if you can sit and analyze. Analyzing the charts of saints, their birth chart is different. It's very, very important that the chart of that's the saint's life is incomplete if you do not look at the death chart. It's completely the whole chart is you call it vindicated or supported the way a person lived. It's not how you are born. The way you have lived, it depends on did you die in an auspicious moment? This is very, very important. That's another great blessing for it. To know did you die in a good transit, in a good dasa, and with a good punya chakra is very important. So you any saint's chart always note the death time and then see it. In Ramakrishna Hamsa, I didn't put it because it was given 9 to 9:30. So the Varga chart, I was not able to show. That's why I didn't put Ramakrishna chart, but the Rasi chart is very beautiful. Okay, we will move to Mahatma Gandhi. So this is a mixed chart. The politician was shot dead. People call him Mahatma. There are some people say a good thing, bad thing about him. Let's see in the horoscope, what does it say? So he dies in Krishna Panchami, in a Friday, Hasta Nakshatra, Taitulya. It was Saturn Aura. All the other 4 saints died during Shubha Hora. He dies in Saturn's Hora. Okay. When did he die? He died during his Jupiter and Venus. So both are benefics. So when dying is in his Lagna Lord's period, why he died during Shubha is the 6th Lord and 8th Lord. So naturally that is a different analysis. But it is both ruled by Shubha. So I don't think so. It is he's getting a bad gati. It is not there. So where is his moon? It is Kataka moon, Aslesh Nakshatra. Where is his moon? At death, it is in the 5th house. But he is running his Janmasani. Saturn was transiting over his Janmasani, but Jupiter is well placed. Okay, let's look at the Punya Chakra. This is the Punya Chakra. Look at the chart. Saturn in Lagna. Sun aspecting Saturn. Naturally, you shot down. You can easily know Sun and Saturn are, two malefics are influencing the Lagna. 10th house Rahu, the political thing around it. But if you look at the 8th house, Venus and Mercury, the 12th house is not very seriously afflicted. So I think it is a bad death, but I don't think so. You will have a bad Sadgati. I don't know. It doesn't look like a moksha, but looks like a very good state after it. Look at his Navamsa. Jupiter is aspecting Navamsa, which is good. His 8th house is not afflicted. See, look at the Dvatamsa. Jupiter, Venus is in Lagna. Look at the Shashtyamsa. Jupiter is again aspecting Lagna. So it is a sort of mix it. So I do not know whether it is moksha, but he's got a good sadgati. So the honors he died and the glory after his death, we know. The whole world mourned for his death. So even till today, his what is say, we mourn his death day. So naturally, what is say, if it is such a glorified death, a planetary question must show that like Jupiter is aspecting D1, D9, D12, and Shashtyamsa. Jupiter is aspecting the Lagna. No, is called Mahatma. There are malefic influences. So I'm not sure it is total moksha, but a good state after that, I can say. Anybody wants to say anything? Yes, sir.
Sir, the Arudha Lagna has Jupiter in it, sir, in Rashi chart.
Yeah.
So even that also shows fame after death, I would say.
Yes, you can analyze all that also. What is it? The fame after death, and what is it? Is it even is the day? What is the date? Is death date somewhere 35 or year 30th Jan? No, 48. So definitely, what is it? Somebody who gets a state mourning and state funeral and national holiday. You want to check all these charts and say the Punya Chakra will be very powerful. Sun will be very well placed. No, look at the sun in the Rasi chart. It is in the 7th house. Jupiter is well placed. You had a state funeral, national for funeral. No? What do you call that? National funeral. No?
National mourning, I think.
National mourning. The glory. They get all these things. The Punya Chakra must definitely be very, very good. We have people when you don't get the bodies. It is not retrievable, or we get it later and then we do a Narayana Bali for all this. But when we will see some people where the whole world is watching. So definitely the Punya Chakra must show. See the sun, see the Jupiter aspect, and after that he's been called Mahatma. It is because of the Jupiter in the chart. Yes, Arudha Lagna. Some people, there are some saints who are not saints. If Jupiter is sitting on there, they will be projected as that can be seen from the Arudha Lagna also.
There was a rule for fame after death based on Arudha Lagna. I think it was the 8th from Arudha Lagna.
The afterlife is what is it? The after glory is 8th house. The afterlife is the 12th house. What happens to the person after? But you just want to see what happens to the physical presence. I mean, his presence after death. See, he has Venus, Mercury in the 8th house. No, what is considered as a Mahatma. Naturally, what is if you have benefics in the 8th house, what is you are considered as a very good person. So let's say you die with Saturn, Saturn, Rahu, people will call you a sinner. I'll show you charts. I have Ted Bundy's chart. I have some one sinner's chart also. Noted time. He was electrocuted. I have his chart. We will show difference between 4 saints. Here in between Mahatma Gandhi is 50 here, 50 there. Apart together. But whatever charts say, whatever people say, his horoscope at death is nice. Jupiter is aspecting. His 8th house is nice. I don't think so. It is though he was shot down dead, it just definitely shows a good state after death. It doesn't show strong Ketu influence is not there, so I don't know if it is moksha, but definitely a good sadhana. Saturn in Lagna, retrograde Saturn in Lagna in D1 and Shashtyamsa, not there is a rebirth, not immediately because it's Saturn and Lagna. It take.
In both cases, aspecting the moon also, and
and when Saturn is there in Lagna, it'll take a long time to go. If you can calculate, no, Saturn in Lagna is 360 days into the Lagna degree. So he must have taken a long time to cross over. Okay, now we will see Indira Gandhi's 9:30, 31st October 1984. She passes away. Just look at the planetary questions. I'll tell you how beautiful this. Atidhi, she died in Ashtami, Shukla Paksha, not Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha. It was a Wednesday. It was a Uttarashada Nakshatra, Shula Yoga, Vishtikarana, Saturn Aura. See the beauty, Punya Chakra, how true it is. Gandhi was shot down, it was Saturn Aura. She was shot down, and it's a Vishtikarana that day. It is ruled by Saturn. It is a Hora was Saturn. It was an Ashtami. The Tithi was Ashtami. She died during an Ashtami. Okay, the year itself is Raktaksha year. Okay. You know what is the Dasa Bhakti she died? Saturn Dasa, Rahu Antardasa. Now tell me now. Saturn is her 8th lord, Rahu is in the 6th house. What kind of Gati she will get? And you want to see the transit, her moon is in Makara. Look at the, what is it? It is same. At death also, moon is in the same place. But where is her Jupiter? Jupiter is in the 12th house from the birth. All the saints had, including Mahatma Gandhi, had Jupiter in the 5th or 9th house. See, where is her Jupiter? In the 12th house from the transit moon. In the 12th house, in the Punya Chakra moon, it can mean moksha. But in the transit moon, in Mars, I don't think so. What is it? It is an auspicious. And see, she's having Sun and Saturn in the 10th house in transit. Okay, the death, okay, Venus, Ketu in Lagna. See the 12th house. Will she go to a good state? after death with Sun and Saturn in the 12th house. See, Navamsa, where is Jupiter? Jupiter is in the 8th house with Ketu. In Dwadadamsa, you see the chart. Saturn is in Lagna. I think this is a mixed state. I don't think so. She died very peacefully. We know the state she was murdered. Looking at the chart, the Panchanga, she's dying in Saturn Hora, in Ashtami, she's dying. Your Ketu does not indicate moksha here because the 12th house is afflicted. The transit Jupiter is weakly placed. So I don't think so. What to say, the state, she's definitely going to be in a mixed state of, it's not fully malefic. I will show you other charts where it's much more malefic. It's sort of mixed state. So I think she should have had some turmoil after the crossing over should have been difficult for her. So very, very difficult for her. It's not she'll go to hell. It doesn't show that way because in Dwadadamsa, you can see planets in the 12th house. So it's not fully bad, but it is not fully auspicious. Political person, I'm leaving the comments to you. I don't want to comment. Just look at the chart by yourself.
Sir, in Shashtiyamsha also, Rahu is there in 10th house.
Yes, not only Rahu, it is Sun Rahu in the 10th house.
Yeah.
And one reason she had, what you say, when a strong Rahu, I've seen it is a national mourning. No, she died in power. So the glory she had after that, so that you can see it. Okay, it's getting moved. Okay, then we move to Rajiv Gandhi Hassa. When did he pass away? In Shukla Navami. See, all these charts are dying in Shukla. Nakshatra is Pura Pulgini, Karanas Balava, Shukraora. He died in Shukraora. Female killed him. He is dying in Shukraora. Okay. Assassinated in Rahu Dasa, Mercury under Dasa. See, where is Rahu in his chart? 12th house. Mercury is his second and 12th lord, but it has Mars and Saturn sitting in its house. So Mercury was doing the effect of Mars and Saturn. Okay, let's look at his transit. He died when Jupiter and Mars were, just like his mother, he died when Jupiter and Mars were in the 12th house, aspected by Saturn. So neither Saturn, neither Jupiter in transit were well placed. Look at the Punya Chakra. Rahu in Lagna, Lagna Lord in the 8th house with Mars, Saturn in the 2nd. So you all judge from, I'm not giving any comments being a political person, I'll just give it to you all. You all read the comments. Lagna Lord in the 8th house with Mars, Lagna having Rahu. Go to Navamsa, Lagna Rahu. Go to Dwadamsa, Lagna Rahu. Go to Sashtiyamsa, Lagna Rahu. Sashtiyamsa aspect with Mars. So all the Lagnas, you can see the state he passed away itself. No, Rahu is in Lagna in D1, D9, D12, D60. So you understand what kind of death he had, what will be the after state, what will be the thing moving away. Cleanly, you will understand it is not an inauspicious state of time. Okay, I'm just showing the difference to political person, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, even though it was shot down, it was different. So this is, yeah.
So afflicted placement of the 5th and the 9th lord also can denote.
Yes, definitely. You can just look at the chart. I'm just placing it. I'm not commenting in for some obvious reasons, but you look at the position.
Because in the Rashi chart, we see for the Punya Chakra from the Rashi chart, we see the 5th lord is debilitated, the 9th lord has gone to the 6th.
Yeah. So one thing, see, the things we should know is, what is it, was it an auspicious death? At least will the next stage be good? His 12th lord is in the 8th house, maybe with exalted Jupiter, but again aspected by Saturn. So with Lagna having malefics, Rahu just not in D1. Rahu, I don't know what is the meaning of Rahu in D1, D9, D12 and D60. Somebody can tell me that. Why he died in a period when, the way he died, okay, he's having Rahu in D1, D9. He died because of, what do you call, an assassination or a manipulation plan. No, you can see the secrecy involved in it.
Yes, sir, in a foreign country because of the things he took, decisions there.
No, he died it's because close to Chennai.
No, sir, because of the decisions he took for a foreign country.
Yeah, correct. So you understand, he died by a foreigner, no?
Yes, and for the decisions because of because of his military policy and all that.
Yeah, so you can see the strong Rahu is in Punya Chakra and not in D1. It is very close. So it is there in all the workers. Still Shashtiyamsa is having. And Shashtiyamsa you can see an exalted Mars aspecting. And Lagna Lord is getting afflicted in every Varga.
And I also suspect that Jupiter, Mars, one of them would have been in Sarpadreka.
I should definitely. I should have checked even Tregana for the death also. It's very important.
The thumb rule is that any graha which is in Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces in D1.
Yes, yeah. So it's that Jupiter Mars is sitting down. So there's a lot of chances. What I say, it can be in Sarpadalakana. Rahu Lagna, no? So what I say, I think he has. I see the beauty is he's dying in Rahu Dasa, and in Punya Chakra Rahu's in every worker. See the connection. Somebody dying in Rahu Dasa with Rahu is dominating his death till the last. His 12th house Rahu, his birth horoscope is having 12th house Rahu.
The usual connotation of Rahu is connected with the material world or the
both. Rahu realm. Can give you the best. Rahu can give you, if well placed, Rahu, nothing can, like good as Rahu. Rahu can give you the best. But when Rahu is afflicted, nothing as worst as Rahu Dasa one can have. It can be the worst also. So Rahu can give you two extreme lifestyles. Every politician, every celebrity, everybody is dominated by Rahu. There is no big billions with other planets. No Uksha planet will give you billions. Billions is only given by Rahu. A Viparita Raja Yoga or Rahu only will give you. A straight planets in Kendra Kona will not make a billionaire. No celebrity, all that is only given by Rahu.
I think you had mentioned some time back that Ketu is the one that takes you away from the materialistic plane, and Rahu is the one that brings you back.
Yes. Rahu puts you into the world, the churning of the ocean, no? The churning of everybody has a churning of the Samudra Mandana within us. So Rahu is where pushes you to the world. Ketu says, no, come out. Get close to God. So there is a churning. Wherever Rahu Ketu is placed is where Rahu takes you into the Maya. Rahu is the Maya. The Maya and Ketu is what is asking you, no, come towards God. So where the churning happens for you is where Rahu Ketu is placed. So he is having Rahu and Lagna. Rahu Dasa with Rahu and Lagna. So you must watch out. When you die in Rahu, in Punya Chakra, where is the Dasa Lord sitting in Punya Chakra?
One good thing is that in these 4 charts, we have 2 placements of Rahu in the Dharma, and 2 of them are in Moksha sign.
Yeah.
So one good placement is one good thing is there about the placement, and the dispositor is also exalted.
Yes.
So therefore, we can say that he will be coming back for fulfilling his dharmic duties.
See the 8th house in D1 chart. See the 8th house, Lagna Lord in the 8th with Mars aspected by Saturn. So very clearly it indicates how he died with Rahu and Lagna. As Shukra aspects, 6th Lord Shukra aspects. See the person who killed him was a woman. Okay. You have Shukra as 6th Lord aspecting the Lagna with Rahu. Even if you take this, as Muhurta, I do not know. If you know a new astrology, you shouldn't have gone out during this phase. It's a bad phase as a Muhurta itself to go out and expose yourself when you are in Z category. Okay, we will look at this Ted Bundy's horoscope. Actually, if you look at a Ted Bundy's horoscope, he did Krishna Tridya, Monday, Maha Nakshatra. It looks like a good Muhurta. But if you look at his horoscope, see his horoscope. He has 8th Lord Sun in Lagna. It's malefic races. 6th Lord Mercury in Lagna. Moon and Ketu goes to the 8th house. And then the 12th house is Saturn. Look at Jupiter. Jupiter looks like is in the 5th house in the Rasi chart, but disposed is in the 12th house. But in Navamsa, Jupiter, Rahu, Neecha. See the moon continuously getting afflicted in the horoscope. Navamsa, it is in the 6th house. Saturn aspecting Lagna. See in Dwadasamsa, it's again malefic rising. You see the amount of affliction in the 4th house in Dwadasamsa. And Shashtiyamsa, look at the horoscope. The Lagna Lord Neecha with Sun. See, when did he die? He died during his, when we see Aurobindo dying during his exalted 9th Lord Jupiter in Lagna, he is dying again in his 12th Lord period, Neecha moon. Not just Neecha moon, it is with Ketu, Sun. So it is an Amavasya moon, Neecha moon. He dies during his Neecha Amavasya moon and Rahu Antardasa. See, how important, even if you miss the Punya Chakra, the Dasa and Antardasa can easily tell what kind of death you have and what kind of state you will have after death. You are dying through a Neecha moon without digits, sitting with malefics. You are running during, dying during his speech. He was electrocuted. And what is Antardasa? Rahu Antardasa. See where the Dasa Lord is sitting in his chart. A Dasa Lord is sitting in the 8th house in his horoscope. So I think looking at the affliction of moon in D1 and D9, either mentally was not well or he was controlled by some negative spirits, which Ted Bundy is a serial killer who killed more than 30 people.
Women, I think so, mostly.
Mostly, yeah, all rape cases, no? 30 rape cases where he raped even a dead body. There's a lot you can read over Google. One of, I think he is the movie taken on him also. So he's the biggest, one of the notorious serial killers. And just look at his death state. Makara Lagna, Malefic Lagna, Saturn in the 12th house. He has 8th Lord in Lagna, a 6th Lord in Lagna, Moon and Ketu in the 8th house. You can see his Moon and Ketu and Navamsa also is bad. Jupiter, Neecha, Navamsa. It continues in T1, T9. And the Lagna getting very weak in all these phases. And the worst part of it is he's dying. When did he die? He's dying in his Moon Dasa and Rahu Andartas. Moon is absolutely afflicted and weak in his horoscope. This chart by itself is it's very clear. Scorpio dominated chart. 5 planets sitting in Scorpio, and he dies during the Dasa of the planet in Scorpio. He dies, and in Moon Dasa he's dying. 12th Lord Dasa he's dying. Okay, we will see this. I do not have their charts. So this is with, I'm not going to look at the people's chart. I'm just looking at Punya Chakra of Hiroshima bombing, 6th August 1942, 8:40 p.m. Hiroshima. Look at the time. Krishna Trayodasi, Monday, Punarvasu. You know what happened in Punarvasu? There was another bombing in Nagasaki. And there's something happens in Punarvasu, immediately will happen again. Surprisingly, it is Jupiter aura. So I cannot see the Dasa, Antar Dasa. But just look at the chart. I'm not going to tell me. Tell me, look at this chart and tell me what is the mental state of the people who died. You tell me. I've showed you 8 charts. Look at the chart and tell me.
Sir, Moon is sitting with Rahu, Saturn.
Okay. So Moon is afflicted, right? But see the
Yeah.
amount of planets in the 11th house. What does it mean when you have 4 planets, Venus, Moon, Saturn, Rahu in the 11th house? Man, how many people died? 2 lakh people died? I don't remember. I forgot to see how many people died.
They have so many pending desires.
Yes, you can see all died with desires. With Lagna Lord in the 12th house, when the deaths happen with so many, it's all absolutely people with so much of desires that dying. This is the way to understand when you see a chart, and also all of them will definitely be born very, very quickly. It doesn't show malefic. There's no Rahu, Ketu, all that. Benefic is there in Lagna. Lagna Lord is in the 12th and a benefic sign only. Even it is only the mental affliction it shows. Moon is afflicted. See the moon. Moon with Rahu and Saturn. You can see Moon again in Avamsa being afflicted. In Dwadadamsa, Ketu is there. Is an Amavasya Moon in Dwadadamsa. And look at the Shashtiamsa. So it is not showing a malefic death. It's not a bad death. Yes, it is a atom bomb is death, but looks like all of them will come back very, very fast. I think they came back and brought back Japan to great heights. So what very clearly you can look at the chart is, it's not, even though it was a very bad death, but the planetary position just shows what I say, they will die and they'll come back very fast. It does not show Rahu Lagna, like Ted Bundy's chart, or what I say, Kendra is having malefics. It just shows that the mental state was distraught. So I don't think so. Nobody is going to go into a very negative world. With Sun in the 12th house, they are not going to go, what is it? Even I had the chart of, I wanted to put September 11th case also. Very similar planetary position were there. That was all the 3, 7, 11 was strong. But in this case, I don't think so. They're going to go to a lower logo or anything. I think it is an immediate birth with so many planets in 11th house, with Mercury, a fast, quick planet in Lagna. I think all of them immediately, if are not in going into logos, would have been born immediately. This is what I wanted to show you, this particular chart. I'm not able to take the transit chart or the horoscope chart or the Dasabhukti. This is a chart when the Hiroshima bombing was there. It was 4 planets in the 11th house. Yes, Moon is severely afflicted. So it is like, it's just a quick transition. All of them, what I say, straight, not even into another world, they will be born into another womb. Womb to womb, they are born.
And again, the malefic hemming of Moon, sir.
Yes, no, definitely. Moon is quite afflicted. No, it's in Papakatri, and with 2 malefics, it is there. It continues in Navamsa also. So the mental state at death, no? Where is Moon and Punya Chakra shows what kind of mental state one passes away. It is very, very important. See the Navamsa Lagna. See the Navamsa Lagna aspected by Mars and Saturn, and Moon, though exalted, is there with 2 malefics. Jupiter is Neecha and Navamsa.
This Lagna Lord in the 12th also has a connotation, sir, in D1.
Yes, it is in the 12th house with that in the other planet in the, so it is not a bad death. The next state, no, it's in Moon sign. So that's why I said Moon sign. That's why I said they'll be born immediately. It is not malefic. I don't think so. They will go to another loka also. It is like womb to womb. The next state world they are going to be is if it's ruled by Moon. No, I think that's the quickest. When your Moon in the 12th house in the Punya Chakra, it's going to be a quick rebirth. The moon's affliction in D1, D9 just clearly shows the mental state when they're dying, what fear they should have died. No, I think nobody, after them, it was 8:15 in the morning. After them sleeping also, no? So don't even know. 80% should have died during sleep. They don't even know what happened also. There are photos of people running about here and there and after state, a little further away from the place.